Hi everyone, in this video we will be understanding about what is knowledge management. So let's get started. Knowledge management is a process by which an organization gathers, organizes, shares, analyzes its knowledge in a way that it is easily accessible to its employees. It is a process which includes technological resources, frequently asked questions, training modules, and the intellectual skills of the employees. Knowledge management is a multidisciplinary approach which helps the organization to achieve its objectives by making the use of knowledge. It focuses on the processes such as acquiring knowledge and sharing of knowledge, and creating an learning environment within the organization. The purpose of knowledge management is to provide the right information to right people at the right time and help them to take informed decisions, which enables the employees to be more efficient and improve the quality of service delivered to its customers. So, before us understanding knowledge management in detail, let's understand what is knowledge first. So, when we talk about knowledge management, we need to discuss about DIKW pyramid. So, what is DIKW pyramid? So, DIKW pyramid refers to data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. So, let's understand what is data first. So, data refers to the unprocessed facts, or it is referred to as the raw collection of facts and figures. When it gets processed, it becomes information. It achieves more structured form and we can derive better insights from it. Further, we get further processing the information, we get knowledge, and knowledge, when it gets experience of the people, it becomes wisdom. So as we move up the pyramid, the organization, the summarization, analysis, the systematic nature and decision making becomes more and more structured, and it helps the organization to take informed decisions. Now let's understand about knowledge management more. So knowledge management is a process that helps organizations to identify, select, organize, disseminate, and transfer information within the organization. The structuring enables problem solving, dynamic learning, strategic planning, decision making within the organization. And the process of knowledge management helps in leveraging the value of intellectual capital within the organization. So, knowledge management includes people, processes, technology, culture, and the structure. So, within the organization, we know that individuals are working, and people refer to the employees of the organization. So, in knowledge management, we can see that how we can increase the ability of an individual in the organization to influence others with their knowledge. The processes refers to the different approaches, the different uh, ways or the activities which are carried out in different organizations differently, and there are number of processes. There is no limit to processes within an organization. Technology refers to the technological initiatives, the technical aspects, the systems, the softwares, the hardwares, what all is required for the better management of knowledge within the organization. Next is the culture. So culture refers to the organizational culture, and it is the one of the biggest enabler of knowledge management within the organization. If the organization has a learning culture, then it would be very easy to establish a knowledge management environment, and the employees will be ready to share their knowledge. The process of knowledge creation will be more, and culture plays a very important role in knowledge management within an organization. Next is the structure. The structure defines the organizational structure, which facilitates the knowledge sharing and knowledge transfer within the organization. So, knowledge management cycle or process, it includes the following steps. So the first step is to create knowledge through new ways by doing new things. Next is identifying the potential sources of knowledge and capturing the new knowledge. Placing the knowledge into context so it is usable for the employees and it is usable for the organization. The important thing in knowledge management is the storage of knowledge. That is, like how we can store knowledge in repositories, in knowledge bases. Next important process in knowledge management is the reviewing of knowledge for accuracy and relevance. And the last is to make knowledge available all the time to all the people. So these are the basic processes, and this process of knowledge management is a cyclical process. You can see in this figure that it is a very sequential process, and this process keep on continuing itself. So it's a very cyclical process and it's a continuous process. So the importance or the benefits of knowledge management within the organization is to improve the organizational efficiency, and it helps in saving and accessing the knowledge available. And the main goal of knowledge management in organization is to make knowledge available at all the time to right people at right time. And it improves the user satisfaction, it improves the efficiency of the services which are provided to the user, it improves the quality, it increases the adoption of self-service and DIY mode. So nowadays DIY is a very very common thing that is being followed by organizations. Next is that it helps in better resolution of queries, and it helps in better analysis of any issues within the organization. It reduces the time to diagnose any problems or incidents. Then it reduces the time for training, and it reduces the cost of training. And it helps the organization to be more agile and adopt to new technologies or new services. And change management is very very fast in case of if the organization is having knowledge management, or if the organization follows these knowledge management practices, and if there is a learning environment within the organization. And it increases the responsiveness to change the business to the changing business demands. So the organizations are more agile and they can easily adapt to any changes. So next is what are the different types of knowledge. So there are basically three broad types of knowledge. So there is explicit knowledge, tacit knowledge, and embedded knowledge. But mostly two are the most important ones. That is explicit and tacit knowledge. So what is explicit knowledge? Explicit knowledge is the knowledge that is codified. That is, it is found in books, it is found in files, it is found in folders, it is found in documents, and it is found in databases, and it can be easily extracted and it can be easily handled by any knowledge management system. And the transfer of explicit knowledge is also very easily done. The next is the tacit knowledge, which is also referred to as the implicit knowledge. So implicit knowledge is what? It is intuitive knowledge. It is intuitive in nature. It is based upon experiences, the practices, and it is based upon one's own self-learning. And it is very difficult to transfer as it lies in the minds of the people. And there is no way to extract it, as there was explicit knowledge which was codified. And tacit knowledge is the knowledge that one learns on his or her own by his or her experiences. So some examples of tacit knowledge includes identifying the right moment to launch a product, or defining a own sales pitch, a person's own leadership skills. So all these are examples of tacit knowledge. So memory of the employees, memory of the suppliers, the intellectual capital of the employees. So these are some of the examples of tacit knowledge. Then there is one more knowledge that is known as embedded knowledge. So this knowledge is found in systematic processes through routines, through manual structures and organization cultures. And it is embedded formally through management initiatives within the organization. So embedded knowledge includes all the manual, all the documents, all the reports, and uh, all the training initiatives taken up by the management. So these are the examples of the embedded knowledge. So these are the examples. So explicit knowledge, the examples are uh, the files, folders, documents, databases, books. And the difference between tacit and explicit knowledge is that explicit knowledge is objective, it is rational, it is technical, it includes all the policies, goals, strategies, the white papers of the organization, the reports within the organization, and it is codified. Whereas tacit knowledge is what? It is subjective, it is cognitive, and it is based upon experiential learning. It is highly personalized and it is difficult to formalize, or it is difficult to codify it. And it is a sticky knowledge, whereas explicit knowledge is the leaky knowledge. So that's all in this lecture. Thank you and happy learning.